Hola, buenos dias, and welcome to Koi Johnny and La Palma Princess in La Palma, which is a volcano. It's like the 5th Canary Island, if you like, because the 4 others are more prominently known. So you've got Tenerife, Gran Canaria, Lanzarote, and Fuerteventura. And then you've also got La Palma. You've also got a couple of other little islands, but I did not know about La Palma Princess, and it's all year round sun. I'm here, stopping here in March with my wife and 2 boys. La Palma isn't quite like the other more tourist dominated sister islands. It is an exceptionally beautiful place. I mean, it is ridiculously beautiful, which the transfer took an hour. It's a long transfer, but it is also the most beautiful transfer I've ever had. So if you can sort of step out of your 4.5 hour journey on the plane, going through a tiny little airport and then jumping on the coach and then try to enjoy the coach journey. You go all the way up the volcano and all the way down, and when you're coming down you literally can see the hotel and the pools, and you just instantly start to get excited. You are buzzing, honestly. It is just beyond beautiful coming down to that setting. And as we glided in on the coach, it really reminded me of like the Dominican Republic or the Caribbean, Jamaica or Mexico or something like that. Predominantly it reminded me of the Dominican Republic. It had that vibe, but then sadly that excitement and that buzz is absolutely destroyed by the check-in process. And a lot of guests pre-knew this would happen. Why the hotel cannot work on this, I do not know, but it took us from getting off the coach to checking in, room key, 1 hour and 3 minutes. Now, traveling with 2 boys, my 2-year-old and 4-year-old. My 2-year-old had been sick. I tried to get drinks from the bar that's at the back of it. They wouldn't let me until I got my wristband. I don't know whether they thought I was just walking past or what. There was no drinks in the foyer on a big round table that sort of welcomed you in, and that hour and 3 minutes was a painful hour and 3 minutes, and to be honest put me in a bad mindset of the hotel initially. And I just don't know why they can't work on that a little bit more, like they do in the Caribbean. When you arrive and they just take all your luggage off you, they give you your wristbands, you give you a room key, give you a map, tell you where it is, and off you go. Done, bang, boom. An hour and 3 minutes is the longest, most painful check-in I've ever had in my life. But don't worry, it isn't all bad. The hotel is, like I say, the location is phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. And when we go through this, I'm going to explain whether I'd visit again, whether I'd recommend visiting, what I'd like, what I don't like, and I'm just going to be as honest as possible to share my experience about the hotel. This is something that was really interesting to me, because before I came I was really confused about this being an adult only hotel. Is it adult only? Is it kids? What is it? Sort of like the vibe on it. And there is an adult only section. So that adult only section is on the left side, if I can show you the map, and they eat in separate sections, or they have the choice to eat in a separate section. But I'd imagine from an adult only perspective, they can still hear and see the children, but they have the choice to isolate themselves away, and there is a separate pool dedicated to them. I did peer over the wall because I'm 6'5", so I peered over the wall and I saw it does look beautiful. There is a bit more of an open bar feel to it. The pools are amazing. There is 1 heated pool in total. There's about 8 pools, I think. Some quieter than others. They are absolutely stunning. So we've got an amazing pool setup. I mean, it is mind-blowingly beautiful if you want to sit down and enjoy it. And I tell you what, at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you who I would recommend this hotel for, whether I'd recommend it for families, but there is a specific type of group of people that I think this hotel would suit down to the ground. You can look over the sunset. It's 7 o'clock, half 7, the sun sets, and it sets over there on the Atlantic, on the west side obviously, and it is beyond beautiful. Okay, when you watch it, people sit out and they have a nice little drink and they really enjoy it, and it is sensational to watch, sensational to enjoy. Whoever designed this complex needs a bloody certificate, because the way it is laid out is beautiful, and the theatre of the like architecture, it reminds me, it sounds a bit stupid, but of a Bruce Lee film. I'm expecting ninjas to jump out from the sides and over the balconies and all sorts. That's sort of the vibe it sort of reminds me of, or the Mexican sort of would be a more elegant way of saying it, or the Dominican Republic. But it's definitely got that sort of rural, remote sort of feel to it. In relation to the room we was in block 6, which is over to the left near the pool, quite convenient for getting up to the restaurants and down to the pool. The location of being in block 6, if you can put a request in, I think that is a belting little section. The part that we were in block 6 isn't an upgrade at the minute, or to I know of. We were just allocated to that one. Block 9 that is over on the front looking over the Atlantic and the sunset, I think that would be. And if we was in one of those rooms and I could share that with you, I think it would be amazingly beautiful to sort of observe the sunset from your own room. The rooms are basic, as you can see, going through it. We've got like a studio sort of feel, but the setup in the rooms was okay. We don't use the TV while we're away. The rooms are a little bit dated. They don't have any USB ports or anything like that. So if you are traveling here, make sure that you do bring an adapter with you that can transfer it over, because they haven't got USB ports here. The maids in the room were brilliant. Our maids, I got the names, I'll try and crop them into the bottom. They were absolutely beautiful, nice, refreshing, brilliantly welcoming ladies. The complex in general is amazingly clean. There has been no aspects that I've come across and it's been like dirty, or everything seems to have been attended to. The pool side is cleaned regularly. I even saw them jet washing some of the beds and stuff like that. The restaurants are set up quite cleanly, but on the side of that, I don't know whether this is a cultural thing or something like that, but the staff in the restaurants don't take the plates away when they're finished with. They sort of leave them stacked there. So then what you'll end up with in front of you is you'll have your main course that you've eaten, and then you'll go and get your dessert from the buffet restaurant, and then you'll have to move your sort of plates into the middle of the table while you have your dessert, because they aren't too eager. Only on a few occasions have we had them actively taking plates away from the table. They seem preoccupied with allocating people to seats, which largely gets ignored. And I don't know why they do that in the restaurant, to try and pop people in positions. Normally people like to choose their own table, and they're trying to make people sit next to certain people as they sort of filter them through. And that time for me could be better utilised sort of taking a plate off a bloody table while I eat my dessert. Would be very helpful. But nonetheless, it's very clean. The food is very good. There are no annoying little insects, or not to try to say, mosquitoes don't seem to be a thing here. And the last holiday we went on, we got bit to high hell. In this hotel, we haven't really been bitten at all by anything. So that's a really good positive. The gym is absolutely mind-blowingly good. Let me take you through this, because I know I've got some videos of it, because it blew my mind. And one of the reasons why it sort of fits in with its vibe and all, maybe its target audience, is why it's got such a dedicated, specialised, high-end, amazing gym. It's got free weights, it's got a punch bag in a hotel gym, cable machines, rowing machines, running machines, cycling machines, cross trainers, own body weight exercise areas. It's got loads, it's got amazing stuff. It does Pilates classes on the outside. It does meditation, guided meditation classes, which I interrupted as I was videoing, touring around recently. At 6 o'clock every night when the sun's setting, they do guided meditation classes, which, to be honest, there was a decent, probably about 50 people doing that. The self-service in the hotel is okay. My wife loves self-service because she just goes up, fills it up, it's done, it's dusted. I like seeing the bar staff, having a chat with them, talking their heads off and stuff like that. There's something strange about the restaurants. I've never had this in any hotel that I've stopped on, and I can't wrap me coconut around it. And it is the breakfast time does not allow you to have Coke. In the hotel, the first Coke that you can get hold of is 11 o'clock. They turn it off in the for breakfast. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's a healthy eating, drinking sort of thing, or what the reasoning behind it is. But when I've got a stinking hangover, I want Coke to sort of give me a sugary rush and get me back ready to look after the kids. Okay, so that's a little bit of a strange one that I don't quite understand. Well, there's a massive negative about the hotel, and that is the cocktail menu. I see loads of people going up to the bar, the new people that arrive, and they're like, can I have a cocktail menu? We went, no, you can have 3 cocktails, which are a mojito, a pina colada, and one that I can't remember, a red one, that isn't the one that everybody wants. And they're the only 3 that you can have. To be honest, I find that massively disappointing, the lack of cocktails. To be honest, I'm a bit appalled at it, especially because there are a lot of ladies here. So they need to improve or grow that cocktail list to sort of befit sort of like where you go on all-inclusives that sort of allow you definitely to have more variety in the cocktails. The drinks that I have, like the beer, is decent, to be fair. The vodka and coke's decent, the gin tonic's decent, the bar service is okay, it's good. You're not really waiting that long, or I haven't experienced waiting that long. We met a few friends here. They went to the spa and back to the spa and back to the spa again. My wife went to the spa, and to be honest, she said it was amazing. She said it was a really, really good massage. And this is the part that got me, because normally when you check into a hotel, they know they've got sort of a monopoly on the massages, and they overprice the massages out of reach, and you just feel a bit like I'd off in some of my experiences about having a massage, so I don't really book them. But in this hotel, it's 40 quid a full body massage. 40 quid for a full body massage. That is really, really, really good value, I think, and very affordably priced. There's a lot of steps, because obviously you're on a volcano, you're like that, and if you can see it, it is absolutely beautiful, but it is challenging getting around. So if you're located right at the back, getting down to the pool and up and down again, it might be quite hard. There's one lift that is in the middle that takes you up to the food court or down to the first floor. That's the only lift, including when you check into your room. So when you go up to your room, there's no lift sort of if you're on the second or third floor or first or second floor and you need to go up them like we did. There was no lift. I had to handball them up, which for me isn't that big of an inconvenience, but there are a lot of the older generation here that may not have appreciated that aspect. The Wi-Fi at the hotel is okay. It has dropped in and out frequently. Your phone disconnects and connects. It's the same for me and my wife, both using iPhones. My Mac hasn't had an issue with it, but it's been steady. I think you could stream on there. There is nowhere outside the hotel because this is like such a remote place. There isn't anywhere really to go out to. There aren't any local restaurants or things like that in this area. Everything is indoors here, which also brings complexities. The staff here, if I was working, if I was a 20-year-old lad and I wanted to work somewhere, this wouldn't be top of my list because it doesn't seem to, it's that remote that if the staff haven't got their facilities that they can enjoy, I don't think they'd attract that many staff, which sort of bleeds into my next sort of, not negative, but the staff are not rude, but not the most friendly. They've got 20 irons for 625 rooms. And unfortunately, I ironed my stuff. And I asked about an iron, and the woman was quite abrupt about it. Borderline rude, to be honest, the way that she explained it at reception. And I was just a bit insulted by that, by the way that she communicated that. But it is what it is. The bar staff are decent. The entertainment team, I'd like to say a massive shout out to Thomas, who is from Belgium. He is absolutely amazing to me. I've enjoyed his company. I think he's entertaining, welcoming, engaging. He hosted the poker nights. He can talk multiple languages, and he stood out like a sore thumb on this complex because I think the others sort of need to build the confidence up a little bit. But Thomas was absolutely amazing from the entertainment team. The weather has been beautiful, just like probably about 23, 24 degrees every single day. Not had any rain, so the weather has been beautiful. The sunset is probably one of the standout points of it when you watch the sunset as it is over there now, down over the Atlantic. That is an amazing experience to sit there and watch and sort of take in. And also a massive big point is bring a water bottle because you will need it. They don't have water in your room or anything like that, so you'll have to buy a water bottle, then refill it like we've had to do all the way through the holiday. So if I could give you one tip, it would be bring your own water bottle so you don't lose it or someone take it off you and put it in the bin like happened to us. And in relation to the a la carte restaurant, I believe there's an additional charge for it. So when you're going around on the tour, don't think that they're going to be part of your package, because to my understanding is that a la carte restaurants are not, which is a bit disappointing because normally in all the all-inclusives I've stopped in, the a la carte restaurants are part of the experience. And if you haven't checked out my tour video, please click on the link below or please check out the description and you will see a full tour of the complex with me narrating over the top of it. And maybe there might be some golden nuggets within that tour video that come back to me when I get home and I can do the voiceover. Both my boys have loved it here. They have loved it, but I do think that this again sounds a little bit whingy, but when you drop them off at Kids Club and when they're at Kids Club and that, some of the people there, not Thomas, because Thomas is mesmerically good and tries to coordinate it a little bit, but some of the staff just need the entertainment team to be a bit more forthcoming. There was one girl that stood out. What was her name? Irene, but she's on holiday now, was brilliant with the kids. Warm, welcoming, hiding behind some of the pillars in the kids club. She was very engaging, but some of the others just needed a little bit more of a oomph. They felt just like the kids were a bit of an inconvenience rather than getting to grips with it. But the kids in general obviously love the pool. On a whole, for the family, I wouldn't bring my family back to this hotel. I'm glad they've been, and we have enjoyed it, and it has been an amazing experience. There are little things missing like the Coke and stuff like that we've gone over and talked about. All in all, I'm very, very, very happy to have visited this hotel. The architecture, the beauty of it, the remoteness, the sort of feeling about it is, I'm so happy to have that box ticked. So if you're looking for a chilled out, beautiful vibe, and I think the vibe spreads towards the staff, towards the hotel, towards the location, towards everything like that, you want to invest in yourself, take a bit of time out of the game, this is probably the place for you. Overall, I'm very, very happy stopping here. Would I stop here again? Probably not with the kids, but I tell you what, if I wanted some time out of the game to myself and to chill out, yes I would. But it is a outstandingly beautiful, nice place to have visited, and I'm glad to have it ticked off my bucket list. Please like and subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be doing more videos the more holidays we go on, and so try and do some travel tips, and hopefully you found this video useful to some extent, and maybe you can take something out of it. If you can like, subscribe or comment, that would be absolutely amazing. Take care guys. Koi Fish Johnny over and out.